Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Witco with Ray. Today I am in the North Shores of Lake Washington in an undisclosed location.
The exotic North Shore.
The exotic North Shore of Lake Washington. And this is my good friend Pete and Andrea. And we're in your home tiki bar. What's it called?
The Forecastle.
The Forecastle. Now where did you come up with that name?
The Forecastle is was a section of those old ships where the crew members would be right in front of the foremast. It was a section that the quarters for them was right there. So it was called the Forecastle. They would sometimes drink their rum in there and carry on.
And that's what you came up with. Is that what?
That was the best I could do.
Is that what happens in here too?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I would say if there's anything about your home tiki bar that stands out to me is that you definitely have a lot of Witco pieces. So why and how did you get into the whole Witco thing?
Would you like?
Oh, yeah, I guess I can go first. So our first Witco piece was the Outrigger. We just loved the aesthetic of Witco. I think having like the wood artwork was just really appealing. Yeah. And I actually saw the Outrigger on Etsy.
Oh, really?
Put a bid right away, and it was out in Cleveland, Ohio. So we hired one of those U-ship kind of guys who went and picked it up for us and drove it across country for us. So
for a second, I'm like, you drove out to Cleveland, Ohio to get a Witco piece?
We didn't really understand what was involved in the buying of artwork that's on the other side of the country. And then after we bought, they're like, oh yeah, you just call like U-ship. And then there was a whole like reality show about these guys
that
like, drive these trucks and like pick up these things. So yeah, we had a guy ended up driving out and it showed up at our door, and it was very beautiful, and we love it.
Well, neither Andy or myself are from Washington. We're transplants. We've been here now, over 20 years
plus.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I'm from the East Coast myself too.
Yeah.
As a kid, I was a big fan of Elvis, and when I learned about his jungle room, I remember even as a kid, I was like, "Whoa, that is so rad!"
Yeah.
Then to come here and know that the Tiki and to get really involved with Tiki also means getting involved with Witco. Then you learn that Witco is actually made here in Washington and has a long legacy. And I was like, okay, we're going all in. We love this. Yeah. If it's good enough for Elvis, it's good enough for us.
Yeah. And the cool thing is like, I mean, I didn't know that either until like I moved out here and got into Tiki, that Witco was actually based out of like Mount Vernon, which is like north of us. And then Heather Pleasant and Ken Pleasant, Heather's grandfather is Mr. Westenhaver. And like, I know them, like I'm friends with them. Like I'll go up and hang out with them and everything like that, and it means it means everything to me that like I can call them my friends and stuff like that. And I've said this before. It's like when you first get into Tiki, at first you're like, I love it all, give me it all, But then as you get into it, you start to fine tune what you like and what you not necessarily don't like, but you're kind of like, no, this is what really resonates for me. And anything Witco is what resonates with me.
Yeah, agreed.
I love the dark wood, and I love with the dark wood that you see the texture, like the wood grain in it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's just so badass. And seriously, like my favorite Tiki, like out of all the Tikis out there, is the Big Joe. I have a 4-foot one that Ken made me, but my grail is to get like a full size 6-foot Big Joe.
Yeah, I think we have a small one upstairs.
Yeah, you probably have a small one.
The small Joe, yeah.
But but seriously, that Tiki is so badass. And then the Polynesian fishing god is, well, a lot of people know as the mainlander Tiki. But so after you got the Outrigger, you're like, we need to get more.
The rest kind of just happened, I think. Yeah.
Kind of just happened.
I'm a little technology adverse, believe it or not. Yeah. She's not. And she is able to source things, and it could be midnight. She's like, oh, Pete, look what I found. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I'm the one that goes out and collects it and gets it, but she's the finder online.
There's been a few online like marketplaces that have really been amazing for us. So a lot of the like original Witco pieces have come through that path. Just really lucky finding some great pieces, and then of course Ken Pleasant's work. We've met him at Tiki Con originally.
Nicest guy.
The last one. Nice.
He came here.
Yeah,
He's
he
been
actually
here.
delivered. So we actually bought the red. I don't know what the official name is.
Yeah, we'll talk about it when we get over there.
Yeah, and then we kind of got some stuff from his site, and then the rest we were just really lucky with just finding on.
She even found
online.
one in that was in a barn.
Yeah.
We found a Will Rongo,
Yeah.
which I wanted for so long, an original signed Will Rongo that we have upstairs.
Yeah.
And this
So
was
whose
in
barn were you rooting through, Andrea? Were you seriously
No.
sneaking into barns and like the Hamburglar, but you're like a tiki burglar?
It was all on the up and up. It was a posting. Somebody was selling it, and we drove up to where was that?
I like the story better if you
I don't know,
actually broke into someone's barn.
You
You have like
no laws
the thing like covering your eyes like Robin.
But it was a real barn with hay and all that
Yeah.
accoutrements.
Was it hanging up in there?
No.
They just had it in storage.
Well, no, she had it on some kind of table there where the
Yeah.
cows would migrate. And
What the?
And then there was a tarp over it or
Yeah.
blanket. And she revealed, like, we were like, oh my God, okay, I guess this is where you come to die. They're going to put some meat hooks and
Yeah.
No. She reveals it slowly, and there's this gorgeous Will Rongo in mint condition in this stinky barn in the middle of nowhere.
Is there other pieces in there, or just this Will Rongo?
No, it was just this
Just
piece.
the Will Rongo.
She found, I think there was some estate sales, and that kind of came up.
And
but
she decided to keep it
Come
in her
on
barn.
up into my barn. That's where it's at. No, you don't need a phone. You know.
Again, very lucky, and yeah.
Well, let's just say this. I mean, I've definitely met some characters throughout my tiki journey. You know, you're gonna. A lot of times you're walking in like, well, I'm gonna. If I get out of here, it's gonna be amazing. You know.
It's I think sourcing all these pieces has definitely taken us to new places in the state of Washington.
Taking me to new places.
Taking you, yes, he's the go getter.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, at least you're not driving to Cleveland though. No.
No, not yet.
Yeah, so we stopped sourcing from Cleveland after that. It was, I mean, everything worked out, but it was just, it was a lot of stress. Being like,
Well, that being said, I mean, it's like there are certain parts of the country where Witco was big, like the Midwest here, you know, Florida, the East Coast, you know,
California.
So that's where you're gonna find the pieces, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you gotta go where you gotta go.
That's true. We're not opposed to going far for the right pieces.
Well, yeah, for some of these, you'll be like, sure, I would go to the ends of the earth for it. But yeah, I guess we'll see those soon.
So when you say the ends of the earth, that means Cleveland.
Yeah, right, Cleveland. Yeah.
Let's do a little bit of a tour of around your bar, and let's see some of the Witco pieces that you got. Well, actually, I think what we can do is we'll start with the Witco world. So can you tell us something about that?
Yeah, this is a Ken Pleasant. He came and actually dropped this off for us, I believe, right?
Yeah.
That was one of the ones.
And we loved, I mean, we obviously always loved the world and the globe for Witco, and
well, originally you were going to buy that. Okay, to be fair, sorry Ken, but she did want an original Witco one, but it was like $6,000.
It was pricey.
And this was already like 5-6 years ago, and it was already being priced out.
Yeah.
And then we checked with the Pleasants, and sure enough, they have an equally gorgeous, slightly smaller, but equally gorgeous globe.
And it actually fit right into our space, and we love it. And just
every
really
episode.
It's in every single episode of Bamboo and Bitters.
Well, most of the ones that
the ones that we film at the bar. Okay, so we got this one at Tiki Con. So it was the last Tiki Con actually in 2023, I think, and it just really stuck out to us, and we saw it there, and it's been like just a perfect piece because of the size of it to like kind of stick in unique places like where it's at now. And I was mistaken. I said the Outrigger was our first piece, but this was actually our first piece. We've loved it, and I love the vibrancy of the colors and everything.
Well, this is our newest acquisition. We actually got this week. And this is like what I was saying I would drive to the ends of the earth for. I love this bar, and it is in pristine condition. The leather is all intact, and yes, that is leather. The wood is beautiful. The only thing they did the previous owners, they shellacked kind of this top here, which is kind of a no-no in Witco, but this is stunning. And it came with 3 chairs.
Yeah.
The 3 chairs are all intact. They all have the original seating.
Yeah.
And they look beautiful too.
Yeah, we just didn't have enough space to put them here, but they're in other locations. But yeah, this is kind of a chess themed piece. So you have like the queen and then 2 knights on this, or 2 horses, sorry, on the side. So yeah, very excited about this one.
This is made from Ken. This is Witco as well. This is an older piece. I don't know what this is from. I want to say maybe like a lamp or something. This is just one of the pieces that came off of something, but we thought it looked good really there. And this apparently is a Witco tan. They said from one of the last series that Witco did back in the 70s, right before the company went, well, I don't know.
Bankrupt or...
I don't know if they went bankrupt or they're just... Closed.
No, they just shut down.
They're just shut down. And so this is among their final sets that they did. I think they're called tans.
Wasn't this also?
Yeah, that's a Ken's mug.
Yeah, that's Ken's mug. I think we got that at Tiki a Go-Go, or
Maybe, yeah.
can't remember.
Oh, I know exactly where we got that. We got that at the Waters house.
Oh, we got that at the Waters house.
And if you don't know,
Stole it from him?
yeah,
No, we did not.
yeah, I was like, I need that in my collection.
We
more than they
legit
needed.
bought it. Ken was there, and I think we bought it directly.
Which is also where we got the fire dancers.
Yeah.
So just like the Ken's mug that we got at the Waters house, we also bought this. Now the Waters house, if you don't know, I won't go too deeply into this, but it's perhaps the greatest home tiki bar, if not the largest home tiki bar in the world. It's incredible. I'm sure Ray could tell you more about that later.
It's true.
This, we bought this right from the guy, right from Ken Pleasant. It's gorgeous, right there on the spot. I love it. I love that he's still retaining the same kind of orange that his grandfather-in-law uses on the older pieces. And it's fabulous. Ken, you're doing great work.
So we got the king and the queen, which are on the either side. I believe those were from eBay, but also from just great collectors, and really love that they didn't have a background to them, so we could kind of incorporate them into kind of a setting like this. And then the famous outrigger that we bought in Cleveland, Ohio, that came to us from there. So very, so that's kind of been a centerpiece of our bar for a while as well.
And when I was making my trim for the forecastle, I was trying to emanate the Witco style. I'm not saying I did it well or great, but I definitely tried to do it and have it kind of pop and have that wood grain pop that is so respected in Witco and Ken Pleasant's work. Another recent acquisition was our little buddy here, Nomi, as in Gnomie, I believe, Nomi. And I was excited to get this because I had recently picked up the Le Exotic Ghost newest album. This just came out. And on the front cover, who do you know, but it's actually Nomi is there as well. And I love that connection between these two. All right, well, thanks, Ray, for stopping by and checking out our Witcos. The funny thing is, we always say this is the last Witco we're going to buy. We're just this last one. And that's happened many times, and probably many times more. We seem to be really
lucky at finding Witcos, and then they pop up, and then the next one pops up, and it's just so amazing that we end up having to get it as well. So thanks for coming over and taking a peek and sharing our collection with the audience. And feel free to comment if you know something about a piece that you've seen, or want to reach out and chat more about Witco. We love it.